Well, hello there. This is Glenn again. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how, when you get a new district geo, you can successfully put that into place on your computer, and then also how you can bring in layers that you might have in old geos so that you can get your new geo up and running with things that you need from your old geo. Maybe it's a waypoint layer, maybe it's a project type layer that you've been working on that's administrative that you need to have in the new geo. Anyway, I want to just step you through that process. And so I'm starting off here. I'm in a geo. This is actually a geo that Ken Fleming, one of our region foresters on the Sonora district, had, and he's got a number of different layers. I'm just using his geo as an example. If I go into display layer settings, there's a lot of different layers in here, and I've made a list, and this is kind of what I would suggest that you do is that you go through your old geos and kind of look at the layers that are in there, make a determination of, hey, do I need this in my new geo? I'm starting fresh with a new geo, or can I leave this behind in the old geo? One thing that I want to point out, and most of you are probably aware of this, but these are little filters down here. So if I want to look at only the polygon layers that are turned on, I can check that box only and uncheck the others, and it'll show me that. If I want to look at the layers that are off as well, I can do that. The off layers are always in gray, and the polygon would be in this salmon color. The lines would be green, and the points would be this light cyan color. Anyway, I've noted a few layers in here in this geo and made a list of them. And so that's what you would need to do. Go into your old geo and make a list of important layers that you want to bring forward. So all that being said, I'm going to say cancel. And the first step, I usually copy the delivered district geo to your server. And so I'm going to minimize Atlas SE. The way I usually get to a server is I go down to the little start button down here, and in Windows 10 you do a right click and then pick run. I think in Windows 7 if you clicked it would bring up a run window. So that window came up on my other screen, but you want to type in the name of your server, and in my case it was already in there, but I'm going to type it just for illustrative purposes here. You type // and then you want to type in the name of the server name. So here it's ANFO serve, and what this does is it brings up a window that shows you all the different shares that are on the server. I typically put geos inside of a RIS data folder. RIS data is usually a share that's visible. Sometimes I've seen it located under local, which we don't have a local here in Anderson. But on other district geos, you guys have the S drive, and local is usually the S drive. So a few of you have your RIS data, RIS setup, and RIS media under the local drive. But in any case, you would want to locate the RIS data folder because that's where I put the new geo. Once inside of there, you're going to see a number of different folders. We keep a lot of backed up copies of old delivered data sets. What you want to do for the geo is locate something that says SE Geos. It might say just Geo or Geos. That's where I typically put the new geos when I deliver them to your server. So if we go inside of there, you want to find the current update year. In this case, I'm working with Sonora. They just got their district geo, so it would be the 2013_2014 update. And then I want to highlight the district that I'm interested in, again, Sonora. I like to do right-click, copy. You can see other options. You can use the icons up here. You can use Control-C, which is copy, or Control-V, which is paste. I just seem to do right-clicks because it's always interesting to see what comes up. So you want to pick copy. And then what we want to do is we want to go to our C drive. We put all of the geos, or we should be anyway, putting all the geos in ASE data. So once you get inside of ASE data, you want to do a right click and then just paste this new district folder in there. And there it is. So Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Atlas SE up again. It's still in that other geo, but I'm going to do File, Map File, Load, and this time I'm going to open the new geo. So I'm going to go inside Sonora 2013-2014 Update. I'm going to go find the map file. And something that you're going to probably notice when you get a new geo from the update is it'll have one map file in the map files folder. And when you go to load that, watch what happens. A lot of times, because the pathway is explicitly written into the map file and you've moved the geo and the map file to a different location, you need to help the program understand where the geo is. So what you would want to do in this case is go back inside the Sonora 2013-2014 update folder, open that up, and you can see there is the Sonora geo. So we've located the Sonora geo. The program will now be happy and it will open up. So while we wait on that, there we go. So we can go into display layer settings. Display layer settings. Mostly just standard stuff in here. All the basic layers that came back in the update. A lot of those layers are turned off, which is probably a good thing. I'm going to say cancel. So I've made a list before, like I said, of the layers that I wanted to bring forward from Ken's Geo. So the way to do that is go under the File menu choice here, File, then pick Geo, then pick Tools, and then last pick Import. And this is going to bring up a window that lets you browse and select multiple files. So we're still in ASE data. We want to go find the old Geo here. So I think, let's see, Ken Fleming, region 2012. Just checking one thing here. His Geo is actually named Sonora. And looks like things are a little mixed up because of how I have stuff sorted. Let's sort that one more time and look for it. Yeah, going past it. Not really seeing it because it's looking for shapefiles and it's not showing me .geo files, but maybe if I do that, let's see. SO Sonora.geo, that's what I was looking for. So I'm going to switch this back to shapefiles. So I'm looking for a layer called compartment. So there's compartment. So I'm going to pick that. And I'm just going to hold the shift key. I think I can pick more than one layer. I'm looking for a layer called corners right there. Yep. And then a layer called burn piles. So click on, oops, more than I wanted to. Okay, let's start up there. Burn piles. I'll just hold the control key down. Compartment, corners, giant sequoia units. Hold that down. Heliports. Let's see. Thinning. Well, planting. That's a good one. Planting 2015. So it's important that you know what you're looking for. Otherwise, you're going to just be going through here. May not be a big issue for you because you're probably more familiar with your Geo than I am with Ken's. And then spray. ST, that would be up. Spray 2014. No, spray 2015. There we go. And last on my list is waypoints general. This is a layer Ken uses to keep all of his waypoints. So anyway, those are the layers I've selected, and it just kind of puts them in a list there. And so we're going to go ahead and say open, and it's going to ask us how do you want to handle duplicates, duplicate IDs. I always just say yes. So it's going to merge those in. It's kind of showing me it's converting them to integer space, which is something that it does to maintain commonality. So it goes through each layer. You can see layers are starting to appear in here. Whenever you merge in layers in Atlas SE, One of the things you'll notice is that they always come in turned on, and then they also always show up at the bottom of the list. Just when you think it's probably done, if you have a larger layer with a lot of points on it, like this layer has like about 20,000 points on it, those tend to come in at the last, and well, not necessarily at the last. I think it's based on name. But if it's larger, it takes a little while for it to go through and convert to integer space. Once this process gets done, we're going to go into display layer settings, and we're going to verify that we have indeed successfully imported these layers from our old geo and brought them into our new geo. And once we're done with that, that'll be the verification that we need that it worked. So maybe I'll pause the video here. Okay, I'm back now. So at this point, I wanted to look over the layer settings, display layer settings, and just going to go straight to the bottom here. And you'll see all the new layers that I merged in. There's burn piles, compartment corners, giant sequoia unit, teleports. Looks like everything made it in. This last one, you can see there was a lot of features in there. That's why it took a little bit longer. So from my perspective, I was successful in bringing in the layers from an older geo using File, Geo, Tools, Import. So if you have any questions, I guess feel free to call myself, Glenn Rouse, or Dan Ball here in the Anderson office. We'd love to help you. Okay, well, that's all for now.